Let's review the process of downloading Silverlight. So I'm going to click the link to download Silverlight. You can also search for this in your favorite search engine and get to it. And when you reach the Silverlight page, you should see an option to download it. And from the download page, there's some instructions if you'd like, some system requirements. So what we're going to do is choose the first link here, which sometimes, oddly enough, is not very easy to read or not visible at all, but the text, the first one is typically for Windows and then another one for Mac. So we're going to get the one for Windows because for our assignment we need Windows. So we're going to go ahead and save this file, and depending on your browser, it might automatically download it for you. This one is Firefox, so the list of downloads pops up here on the side, and our goal is to open the containing folder to see the file that we just downloaded. If you don't have Firefox, perhaps you have a different browser going. Let's take a look at what the process looks like. So we have Chrome, for instance. Once more, it's the same link. We'll click the download, and if Silverlight doesn't show you which platform you're downloading for, typically the first one is for Windows, so once again we'll click that. Here what you notice is it's automatically beginning to download. It didn't ask me, but that's okay. The process is just to get you familiar with how to get Silverlight, but once more you can show in folder to find the file that we have. I already have one, so it's renamed this one. So let me go ahead and delete and delete, because we also want to show you what it looks like in Microsoft Edge. And I'm going to paste the URL on the screen to get my Silverlight download going. And from the download page, the first link here is going to give me the Silverlight executable, the installer file for Windows. So I'm going to click that. I do want to save it, so I'm going to save it to my disk. And once the download is complete, once more we'll want to see the download on our disk, so you can open your folder to see the downloads. Okay. Now here's the piece that you have to keep in mind, that Silverlight will require administrative privileges on your Windows machine. So I'm going to right click, not just regular click, we're going to right click and do run as administrator. This should pop up a window for you to give you permission or to ask you permission. Sometimes the window is not directly visible. You might have to look at your taskbar to see if something's flashing. Go ahead and say yes. At that point you should get a few options pop up related to the installer. And when it asks your permission, we're going to uncheck the options for changing our default search engine or homepage. However, sometimes we run into an error if we forget to elevate the privileges or run as administrator. So let's take a look at what that looks like, or what kind of error message we might get in that situation. So let's say we don't run as administrator, we just double click. We might get either a default pop-up that allows us to make changes, or we might get a message saying this requires elevation. So if you get a message talking about privilege escalation or elevation, what you really want to do is run as administrator. So once you go ahead, give it permission, uncheck the boxes that you don't want in terms of the installation of changing your start page or search engine, Silverlight will proceed to install. Thereafter, you can continue with the rest of your work.